Well, we have had some big news in Texas today. And first, we want to head to the south, where a Texas chemical fire resulted in evacuations for the residents in some parts of Shepherd, Texas. That is just to the northeast of Houston. And we want to bring in Chief Meteorologist Jon Porter to talk about the latest. And Jon, this is a pretty dangerous situation, and it brings back to mind something that happened earlier this year with a major hazardous material incident that led to evacuations in Ohio.
That's right. We had a fire that was lofting smoke into the air about 50 miles north and east of the Houston metro area. But what was happening is that the winds were from the south and west across this area, and that caused the smoke not to be directed back toward Houston, but rather to be drifted off to the north and east, and was the biggest problem for the community of Livingston and also Shepherd. So the big news on this today was that the wind was not shifting very much, so we had a pretty consistent flow out of the south and west, directing that smoke away from the Houston metro area, but still a dangerous situation right near the fire where toxic chemicals were lofted into the air.
And Jon, they went so high into the atmosphere that it was evident here on radar, as you were mentioning earlier. There you can see the plume. So this particulate matter got up there in a big way, and Jon's circling that right now. But as you mentioned, it's been good news that the winds have been fairly steady, and we haven't seen much of a deviation in the wind direction and really the speed either. So as we move forward in time, we begin to look a little higher up into the atmosphere. So Jon, this map here shows the winds around 850 millibars, so about 5,000 feet up into the sky. What are we expecting as we move forward with this smoke plume?
Well, it looks like the wind pattern is not going to change very much, and that's important, Jeff. We look not necessarily at the ground, but we've got to look 5,000 or 10,000 feet up in the atmosphere to see what direction and the speed of the winds are. Now, generally going to be dealing with winds out of the west-southwest in this vicinity, maybe a little bit out of the south. So the same areas that have been threatened look like that's going to be the case. But look at this up to the north. This is a big front, big change to cooler and wetter weather pattern that arrives into the Houston area tomorrow. So we're going to be dealing with, yes, the risk for some showers that can be helpful for the firefighting efforts, and eventually the winds will switch around there more to the north and east as we head toward later tomorrow and it's tomorrow night. But it looks like the biggest problem will be right near the fire area.
All right, so more drought relief is coming to Texas, which is good news, kind of a side story. And we're going to eventually see some of that come into Louisiana, where we haven't really benefited from much rain lately. So that'll be a big change. So thanks for that report there, Jon, as we're looking forward to more from you again, and good information there regarding what's been going on with that situation.